Welcome to The Inner Table, the art of living well. And before we go any further, I'd like to tell you about our amazing sponsors because they have given us a whopping 20% off for all of our listeners of all of their products. And of course, our sponsors are Coravin. And they say, savor life, one perfect glass of wine at a time. With Coravan's wine by the glass system, you're free to enjoy any wine at any time in any amount. Whether you love bold reds, refreshing whites, or sparkling wines. And we love them all, don't we?
Yes, we do. Well, I'm Anna Lancaster. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, wellbeing expert, and mental longevity advocate. And along with Libby, I'm bringing together two worlds which are seemingly more far apart: well-being and joy, enjoyment,
Gluttony. I'm Libby Brody. I am the glutton. No, I'm Libby Brody. I'm a certified wine consultant, founder of Bacchus and Brody Wine Consultancy. I'm a writer, presenter, judge, host, and City M's weekly wine columnist. And I am very excited to introduce our wonderful guest today. He is superb. This is Lee Peart, comedian, presenter, broadcaster, actor, and I can also say he sings very, very well. I hope you will give us a tune today.
God, I don't. Yeah, that's what a lovely introduction.
There's way more.
Yeah,
I've got way more.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, there's way more. He's the co-host of smash hit weekly podcast Bottoms Up with Alan Carr, which turns wine snobbery on its head with laughs and insider vibes. And I'm delighted to have been an insider. I've been on the inside of their Bottoms Up. And he's a regular presenter on ITV Daytime, from This Morning to Loose Women, ITV Quizzes. You do radio. You have done the resident host for London's Crazy Crocs. You've worked with live audiences in Strictly Come Dancing, Britain's Got Talent, Jonathan Ross Show. And this is something I didn't know about you before. You're a writer.
Well, I do write for TV shows, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
A whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
8 out of 10 cats did Countdown. Amazon's The Last One Laughing.
Laughing, yeah.
That's what an incredible...
I know. I don't think a lot of people realise always that is a job.
Mm.
You know, like, I don't know. Right. But like, so you often get sent, like, so I've done a lot of work with Judy Love, and Judy's been a big supporter of me, and she had put me forward for a lot of writing jobs. So I'd never done it before, but it's actually quite terrifying because you're sat on your own. There's two ways of doing it. You either get like, you're in what they call a writer's room where you're all there together, or, which is what I've done, I've sat on my own and I have to send the document over of just a load of stuff, hoping that some of them are funny.
Oh my
or
gosh,
they'll
you
like
shove it
them.
all out.
Yeah.
What's the general take-up? What do you do when people go, no thanks? How do
You don't
feel?
really find out until you watch the show and see if... So the other week I was watching 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, and loads of my suggestions were in it. So that's when you're thrilled. But you have done it before where you're like, oh, they didn't choose that one. But
Oh my gosh.
but it's basically like, yeah. Or, you know, and the thing with like someone like Judy is, it doesn't necessarily have to be like the joke she'll take. That can spur her on to something else. So it's about just getting, because when they create such, like, they churn out these shows, it's quite hard to write a load of material yourself for it.
I'm sure. You've got to be
Totally.
constantly inspired and interesting.
Exactly.
Do you know what helps with that? Some wine.
Can I just say, when you were doing your interview as well, your introduction, and you were like wellness and stuff, I was kind of laughing to myself because I am desperately hungover. So I'm not the poster boy for wellness. I'm more on the gluttony side.
Well, this is going to help you.
It is.
We'll
This is
take the edge
And
off.
can I just say, I mean, I'm not fuming to be here. I am only slightly fuming because it is the nicest day in London outside.
I know.
But it's rosé weather.
And there's something about you, Lee, that always makes me get the lube out.
I
What
got
can
you.
I say?
You sent me a load of this, didn't you?
I did. Well, they sent you.
They sent it,
after
yes.
So I brought on. So for those of you just listening, it's not actually lube. It's Leube, which is a beautiful Provence rosé. One of my absolute favourites. I brought it on Bottoms Up, and you really liked it already and loved it. So they sent you some, and I thought, what better than love?
Love that. And I'm obsessed with Coravin.
Me too.
And I'm not contractually obliged to say that. You know, they sent me they sent one, and I love it. Because like if you've got a really nice bottle, the thing is as well, I'm moving on my own soon. I'm moving out and I'm
Oh.
going to be living on my own. And I do think if you've got like a really nice bottle, you think I only want 1 or 2 glasses.
That's me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't want to
That's
leave
that
it.
Exactly that.
balance, Lee, that we
Yeah.
were talking
That's
about.
the
Yes.
Like, it's
balance that
perfect
didn't
for
happen
that.
to you last night.
No, it
So
didn't.
this is different. We've had 3 different types of Caravan on our series, and this is their timeless. This is I think their original one.
That's the one I've got sent.
It's so good. So you stick a little needle through the cork,
Mm.
then pour tiny little glasses. You can choose how much. The gas goes in and saves the wine, and then apparently it can last for years. Apparently, do you
Yeah.
want to have a little go at that?
Let me give it a
and
go.
it was actually invented. So I interviewed Greg Lambrecht, who's the inventor of Caravan, and he did medical devices. So that needle idea came from it punctured the heart in surgery. So it was a very fine needle that would not damage the organs. And he thought, let's save
wow.
wine, save lives, and save. That's a man who needs to be knighted.
Yeah, yeah,
Saving
yeah.
wine and saving lives.
That is quite a thing to be to go.
Do you know what I can do with that?
Do you know what this could do? This could do for wine. But I mean, it is an amazing. I do love it.
It was great.
I was using it. The thing is, I like a gadget.
Oh,
I'm a
do
bit. I love my gadgets.
Yeah.
So it's and I love my wine. The two have come together. Like I like I've got those lights that you can turn on, like Philips Hue lights, like, and I just like it because it's a gadget.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a geek like that.
So where were you last night when you were having fun?
Well, actually, it was a lunch. It
Oh.
always is.
Love it.
I
Love a lunch.
actually, funny that you mentioned Alan. I went to his, so he came and did my gig in Brighton. Cheers, thank you very much.
Cheers, darling. To
Cheers,
you.
cheers,
To
cheers,
you.
cheers.
Love
Well, apparently, are we meant to clink? Apparently, that's
Apparently it's uncouth.
it's
But it's fun.
William Hanson told me that. It's a friend of mine.
Oh,
He
really?
says from back in the day, you if you suspected, if you didn't trust someone, you would clink their glasses, because in medieval times you would clink it enough that the drink would pour into their glass. It would like hit, and if you thought they'd poisoned the drink, you would do that.
Oh wow! So it's like a distrustful
Ooh.
thing, not
Yeah,
a jolly thing.
Apparently so.
I've been targeting William on Instagram, but he still has yet to tell me
Targeting.
How to, he has yet to tell me how to eat French onion soup well,
Oh,
like
right.
chicly, because it's so cheesy, and then I love it, and you put it in, and the cheese comes out, and it's hanging off your chin and spoon, and I was like, come on, you do how to eat a banana with a knife and fork. You get how useful is that? Do you want to
Yeah.
be useful? French onion soup. So just
I'll text him after this. I'll
Will
say
you?
I've had a request.
It's
French
a serious
onion
request.
soup.
She's
Okay.
badgered you enough on Instagram. Anyway, so obviously you are a jack of all artistic creative trades. When did that start? How did that happen for you? Tell us about you.
So I went to Salford University, and I always thought I wanted to just be an actor. So I was like, I'm going to do acting, blah, blah, blah. And then I kind of fell into comedy. I basically, when I went to Salford, that wasn't like my first choice. I wanted to go to drama schools, but I didn't get in. So I went to Salford, which was kind of classed as, it had quite a good performing arts department. And then when I got there, I was like, do you know, like freshers' fairs?
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to sign up for everything. I want to do everything. Like I was trying to make,
Yeah.
what do they say? Make hay while the sun shines. I wanted to make the most of it. So there was a stand-up society that I joined, and then it disbanded. So I'd written all this like
You destroyed it.
Yeah, they were like, no, it just kind of didn't end up. The guy running it, I don't think his heart was in it. So then I had this material and went and did 5 minutes. And I've said this before, I always say it, I am such a quitter. Like, I am a quitter. I'm not one of these people who's like, if I'm not enjoying something, I'll just stop doing it.
Yeah.
I don't like discomfort. I'm not someone who likes running. I'll just be like, no, I won't push myself. And if my first gig didn't go well and it was terrible, I probably wouldn't have carried on. I'd have gone, oh, I tried that. I wasn't very good at it.
Yeah.
But because it went well for the first few, when I eventually did, you all have deaths, they call them for stand-up. So if you die on stage or whatever. But I had the evidence to go, actually, it's
I'm
not
good
too
enough.
bad.
Yeah.
But that was, so that it was a pub called the Lasso Gallery in Manchester.
What happened?
Little room upstairs. Oh no, that was my first gig.
That was the good
Yeah,
one.
that was the good
And
one.
everyone loved it. So you were a comedian first. That was your primary, and then went into sort of presenting and
Yeah,
hosting.
yeah.
And...
So then I did that alongside promo work. So
Tons of
yeah,
that.
like leafleting and all
Mhm.
that. And I used to do. So if you ever like 2012-ish, 2013, it would be, you'd see me in the Birmingham Bull Ring being like, would you like to try the sample? Would you like this? So I did that all the time alongside gigs. And then eventually I was doing a gig, and this, because loads of people say with show business, they go, just takes one person to spot you, and that doesn't really happen anymore. Like everyone thinks, I think they think that they're going to see someone and they're going to go, I'm going to make you a star or whatever. Like that doesn't really happen. Like you could think it does, but this did happen where I got spotted at a gig, and the Loose Women people were in and wanted a warm up, and that's how I got into doing warm up on Loose Women. So
Are they fun? Are they quite a fun crowd to work with?
What, the Loose Women?
Yeah, Loose Women crowd.
The audience, yeah. I mean, it's a tricky one. It's quite a difficult job, because daytime TV is, it's up and it's down and it's light and it's shade. So, and you have to get the audience reacting. So, there'd be points where I'd be going. Ruth would be like, after the break, is your bra strap causing you pain? Before that, how do we defeat ISIS? We'll see you soon. And you're like, you're just literally like, what, okay. And I remember one time Michelle Visage came on. And for anyone who doesn't know Michelle Visage, judge on RuPaul's Drag Race, and she was being all American. And I was kind of half listening at the side of the stage. And she said, she goes, I've got the number one. And I was then like, oh, what's she going to say? She was like, I've got the number one autoimmune disease in the world. And I went, woo, because I was ready for it to be like
Bestseller,
number one.
yeah,
Like if you're going to talk about your diseases, don't say it's the number
Number
one.
one disease.
Yeah, but I went, woo. And then but yeah, no, they were fun. It was a good, and I did that from 2017. Then went full time in 2019. So I did that for years. I just stopped in December, but yeah, so that was like my day job.
Wow, what a I'd swear all these jobs that in fact we all have, no one mentions them at careers day at school, do they?
No.
I think I was meant to be a librarian or something, and I did my career or something. Like no one ever talks about all the amazing things that we all end up doing.
Yeah.
When you don't, and when you do stand up and stuff, you often, when I MC, I'll be like, oh, what do you do? And sometimes you're like, God, you don't even think of that as a job, do you?
No.
I'd be terrified of stand up. I love external validation. I'd be absolutely pants at standing up and having people go, you're not very funny.
Yeah.
But what do you do when that happens? Like when it doesn't land?
When
How
the
do you cope
death
with that?
is.
The thing is, it does kind of, now you get to a point where something will land, like you've got your bankers or whatever. There are gigs where you're like, oh, this is tricky, but you never really die. You're just like, oh, that was a bad gig, like it wasn't enjoyable to play. But you just, honestly, like, I think I got better at stand-up when I got over myself a bit more. I remember going to a gig once, and I used to be terrified. I'd be like, and I would go on, I would memorize what I was saying. I was really, really terrified. And then one time on the train, I was going to Liverpool, and I'd written a load of new material, and that's where I'd get really worried, because you don't know it. And I got on the stage, and I remember saying, can you swear on this podcast?
Yeah.
Great. I remember saying something like, oh, strap in, this is new stuff. It could be shit, so let's see, or something like that. And I felt genuinely the audience go, oh. Like,
They relax into it.
Yeah, it's basically, I think I always describe it as if you're driving a car and you're nervous, the passengers are going to be nervous.
That's very true.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so if you go out there and you're like, I've got this. But yeah, so we did Brighton on Sunday, and Alan came as a surprise guest.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's lovely.
I tell you what, it was like in my hungover state as well this morning. I was watching back the videos, and I was like welling up, because the crowd went mental. It was a sold out show. So I host a regular show in Brighton called Down the Hatch. And it's like queer and alternative, and we'd sold it out because it was Easter. And so the room was packed, and I said, I said, so here at Down the Hatch, we like to support new talent, new comedians. Please do give this man a warm welcome. He's very shy. Please, drum roll. And they went, please welcome Alan Carr. And then they all literally erupted. So
I love your friendship though.
I know.
Because you seem like you've been friends for like past lifetime, but actually
It's only a
you're-
couple of
it's
years.
only a couple of
Meet?
years, yeah.
Well, we've told this story before, but
Oh.
no.
Tell it again.
Yeah.
No,
Not to Hannah.
Yeah,
no,
I don't know.
Sorry, no, I wasn't being like, I've told this story. No, I always say that. Well, I don't want to sound like I'm repeating myself, but we met at Barry's boot camp.
What?
So I used to go
Well,
to
that's your
Barry's,
well-being.
and he was and he was really good at Barry's. And then we met, and I remember saying hello to him one time or whatnot, and then we met through our friend Rossi, and we went for a roast, the four of us, me and him and a couple of friends, and then we live around the corner from each other, which is dangerous because I'll get that text, fancy a rosé on the terrace or something, and so and then we just became really, really close. So it's weird. I've actually only known him for 2 years. But it feels like it's like,
I guess you're working together so much as well. Bottoms Up has been a huge hit.
Yeah,
Was that
yeah.
that was your idea to do the?
It was both. We were in Cape Town. Have you ever been to Cape Town?
Love it.
She has.
Oh
Love
my
it.
God. Isn't
Loads.
it? And
It's one of my
did you
favourite
get this?
places.
I can't remember if we spoke about this, but did you ever get it? When you go to Cape Town, right? What people will say is they'll go, oh, have fun. My friend got shot at 4 times there. What? But it's meant to be lovely. Enjoy it. And you're like, what? Anyway, and they'll go, oh, dangerous. Don't go, like... It was one of the nicest places I've ever been to. Like, we didn't really walk anywhere. We got cars at night. Ubers were really easy. I'm like, I would work for Cape Town Tourist Board. I loved it. And Franschhoek.
I think Franschhoek and Stellenbosch are the most beautiful. I go all over the world to wine regions, and they are the most beautiful places I've ever been.
It was funny because we stayed at a place called La Residence. I don't know if you know it. It's
Yes,
oh
yeah, I do.
my
I do
God,
know it, yeah.
stunning. And so Alan had booked this place, and he said, "Listen, I want to stay here. We'll go there for a bit." He said, "It's a bit." He said, "My treat on that one." He said, I've booked a loft room." So he was like, "He'll be in the double, and then I'm upstairs in like the kids' annex or whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, fine, great." And then we arrive, and we'd been to Babylon Storen that day, had the
Great
wine
range.
tour,
Oh.
which is where we decided to. We thought wine podcasts would be good, and then we arrived. So I was a bit pissed, obviously, and it was gorgeous. We arrive at the restaurant, and they had upgraded our room to a double like suite. So there was 2 big bedrooms. I got into this hotel. And Alan was like, I cried. It was it was so stunning. I was like, oh my God, this is just so nice. Like, and because he was a fan of Alan, the manager, so he upgraded him. So I was in this gorgeous room where I was meant to be in, the kids' cot upstairs. So yeah, I love Cape Town, and that's how the podcast got born. But we were quite worried that it would be really niche. And we were a bit like, oh, is the nicheness of this going to be too much? But actually, I think that's become like what's good about it. It is a bit niche, and it is like just wine, and we're branching out to spirits as well.
Oh, go crazy. Well, we did tequila shots the last time I filmed with you guys. That was before it was rolling. And and I was like, oh, that was very good tequila.
Yes.
Is tequila your spirit of choice?
Probably, yeah. But I like most of them. I'm not massive on vodka, so I would get like a tequila lime and soda.
Yeah.
I'd have a vodka cocktail, but I wouldn't ever. You wouldn't find me a vodka tonic or anything like that. I'd like a gin, but tequila is probably the one I'd go for the most.
I feel like you can have it for breakfast as well with a Paloma. You get some grapefruit in that. It's an all right spirit for breakfast.
Well, you know what?
Because we are all about moderation on this podcast and balance.
And balance.
Absolutely. In fact, I will ask, because on this podcast we have a couple of sections that we ask our guests about. So one of them is the room 86, which is like in a hospitality term when you go like, we've 86'd it, so we've run out of something, or you want or
where does that come from?
It's actually apparently comes from Korean fighter pilots, but it has been taken on by the hospitality industry. So if something's 86 on the menu, it has run out. If you want to 86 some guests, you want them out. So we've got a mental room of 86 on this cast. Now, It could be something to do with you, your life, the world in general, London, whatever. What would you today, right now, put in room 86?
I would put in people on Instagram
It's quite bad
saying
for me.
photo dump.
Oh.
Ooh,
Don't like the word dump.
yeah.
I just, you know, like May dump. I just think it conjures things. I'm like, can we find a nicer word?
What would you replace dump with?
Like, I don't know, May. Well, that actually, dump, and also people who will do like really like cheesy captions for
I might be in trouble here.
yeah, like there's
Wait, what do you mean
cheesy.
by cheesy? 'Cause I like to think I'm funny and cheesy.
Well, actually, it's not that bad actually, but I always like every month you'll see it and it'll be like just a bunch of April Fools, and I'm just like, oh.
Oh, my
Yeah.
Lee says it felt felt cute, may delete
Yeah,
later.
felt
Waiting
cute,
for
may
everyone to like
delete.
text on it and be
Yeah.
like, oh no, you look great.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
Like, then
I
I'll
do,
leave
it
it.
does annoy me when people are sort of like goading for likes and stuff, you know, and it becomes quite addictive. I see people, weirdly, I see people do it on LinkedIn, which I thought was a serious website. And people are now going, oh, you know, this sort of rags to riches story that I have, and I just didn't know, I shouldn't really put this up today, but I'm feeling really low about this. I'm like, this is a business website.
Yeah,
What's going
also
on?
people who go like you might put out your baby scan or something, and there's always someone in the comments, yay, so glad the news is finally out, we can talk about it.
Oh,
And you're
yeah.
like, okay, why don't you just tell us that you knew first?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, oh
It's
my
so
God,
true.
this has been so
Oh,
hard
that's
keeping
ding,
this
ding.
secret. And like, okay, we get it, you're better friends. So yeah, maybe that I'd 86 those.
Right,
love it,
general
I love
social
it.
media hate going on
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
but yeah, no,
Also, I'm
genuinely
such a
do.
hypocrite. I definitely will have put felt cute, might
Oh,
delete
no.
later. Yeah, I
But
definitely.
would you have done it with irony?
Maybe, yeah. I like to be a bit. I always like. I always like it when people are like, loads of you have been asking me about this, and
Oh,
so sometimes
like
I'll
you
be like,
weren't.
1.5 of you have asked me about this outfit. I'm just like, yeah, but
I've definitely done that.
yeah. Well, I've started
I've
doing
definitely
that.
done
I
that.
have gone when I'm getting loads of messages about this. You had like
Yeah,
one
like two.
message. Yeah, two. Yeah.
People are like, I
Guys,
just have
I'm
to
just going
say,
to do
oh
a
my
big
God.
announcement, so I don't
Oh
have
my
to reply to
God.
everyone. And have you ever done it where, because I've got hand on heart, I've never done this, but there are times where I've watched people on Instagram, you know, do those questions. You can submit questions, and I think
Yeah.
you've written that
You've written that
yourself.
yourself. I thought that with some
Jeez.
people.
Okay, that I haven't done. And
No,
I
I've
didn't
never
it didn't
done
even
it.
occur to me that people have done that. Do you think
No,
they've written their own
yeah,
question?
you can submit your own, and I thought, there's
I want to
certain
talk about this
ones.
thing. How do I
Yeah.
how do I get this out there?
Yeah, but there's certain ones where you're just like, no one will have asked you that. Like, it'll be like, hey, would love to see you collaborating with brands, like any brands you love working with. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no one's gonna have sat there.
I
And
don't
then they're
care
like, oh my
that
God, I'm so
much.
glad you asked this question. So yeah, I love Nike. I'm really into the, and you're like, no one asks this.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
you're
you've
after
given
that
me, you've given me a
sponsorship.
great idea. I'm doing that next.
You
You'll see me
should,
later
yeah.
today. Thanks for asking what brands
Yeah,
I would like
yeah.
to be affiliated with and
Well,
how much I'd like to be paid.
The thing is, I did put out there, I put a question asking people to send in recommendations for electrolytes, because I was really getting into the
Ooh,
electrolyte game.
yeah.
I got sent so many electrolytes. But I thought I should have just fucking done that with something a bit better. This
Well,
is
you
just
can now, you've
salt in a
opened the
sachet.
door.
I'd love,
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
like a first class.
Hey
What's the best
guys,
first class plane ticket?
Virgin
Yeah.
Virgin Atlantic, anyone? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know a lot about what are your favourite electrolytes? Because you do a lot of this stuff.
I like ancient and brave. Like,
Ancient.
ancient, as in
Ancient.
old.
Yes, okay.
Those
and
electrolytes
brave.
have been
Just
going
what
for a
you
long
want me.
time.
I know. I'm into the electrolytes.
I'm also an
Yeah.
ancient and braver.
Are you?
are?
I
You're
do
an
the
ancient and braver?
hydration scoop with a collagen scoop.
Oh, so you have the scoop.
I have the scoop,
Or
and
add
it
a
makes me feel
creatine
like
in
it's a
it.
ritual because it's like a little gold scoop, and I'm like, oh, I am doing my ancient and brave, scooping.
We talked about what you wanted to 86.
Yes.
What gives you joy, happiness?
Do you know what? It sounds a bit like wanky, but I do have a lovely life, and I'm
Oh.
trying. No, and I'm trying. There are some moments where, especially doing stand up and stuff, like sometimes I look out and like Sunday was a prime example of that. Just like we were so lucky to get to just go out on stage, entertain people, and like them laugh. Like I often say to my friends, I go, God, life could have been a lot worse, couldn't it? Like
Mm.
life could have been worse. And also from a really simple thing, chess. I love playing chess.
Ah,
Yeah.
very
That is a
Not on brand. It
strategic.
is not on brand. I
That
know.
is a
I
curveball.
know.
So is that like practicing gratitude then?
I think so, but I don't do it where I'm like, I don't wake up, I don't set my intentions, I don't like, but there are moments in the day or pockets where I'll go, oh, yeah, things are all right. Like,
Yeah.
and I guess that's a form of, the
Yeah.
gratitude.
It's being a little bit present in your life as well, like
Yeah.
really taking that moment rather than fast forwarding and being like, look at all of these on stage, when you're looking.
Yeah, and I am quite good at like taking moments. I'm not always like, bam, 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 like, what am I
Yeah.
doing next? I'm sometimes good at just, but yeah, chess I love. I'm obsessed with chess.
How did you get into chess?
Oh, it was when the Queen's Gambit came out. Do you remember that show?
Yeah.
I loved that.
And,
That was really good.
Yeah, so my dad taught me how to play chess years ago, and then I downloaded the chess app and just started playing it, and now it's like every day.
Are you really strategic? So I'm so bad at chess because I'm a short-term winner. So I'm like, I get my pawns out and then I'm gone and then I'm checkmate.
Yeah. No,
against
it's all
me.
about strategy.
Yeah.
But life is a
Useless
bit
one.
like chess.
Oh, it
Yeah.
is.
It's
very
It
deep.
is.
Thank you.
That's right. Was there an end part to the sentence, or is it just like no, an enigma?
Well, it is. It's a bit. You've got to strategize. You've got to where you're going to move next.
Yeah.
You meet a lot of queens. My life is
Who
chess.
do you play chess with?
So it's online. So you play it with whoever.
Oh right, and
Yeah.
you do it every day.
I was even thinking of like maybe joining a chess club, but I wonder whether they're all going to be a bit like, would you like to move my pawn? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
I
maybe.
need like a bougie
Maybe
chess
you could
club.
start one. You could
Yeah.
start like a really fun,
Funky,
flamboyant
cool.
chess club
Yes.
with a bunch of queens.
Great.
I'll be absolutely fabulous.
Yeah.
I like that. We haven't had chess before as a
No.
joy
I
bringer.
suppose it's not necessarily joy. I guess.
Because
It is because it gives you joy.
It gives me joy, but it's actually I think it's a bit meditative for me. It's quite. And someone said to me the other day, I don't know whether this is medically true, but they were like, if you play chess, your chances of getting dementia are significantly lower.
Yeah, that wouldn't
Why would
surprise
that
me.
be?
But then I drink a lot.
Well, it's balanced.
So
it's
my
balanced.
it's
This is what we're
balanced.
talking.
It's all about. This is the tip, guys. It's all play chess if you're a boozer. It's
Yeah.
all okay. Well, that's what it gives. Well, you're all about the neuroplasticity.
That's what I
aren't
was
you?
about to say. It's neuroplasticity because you're actually having to really think with exerted attention for long
Yes.
periods of time. You also will burn an awful lot of calories because they said something like,
What?
because
How?
the mind burns a lot of calories. So
Is
when
it?
you're playing, they said something like when the Russian chess players play a game, they burn something like 500 calories in 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, because it does a
So
lot
what?
of
The more
burning.
you think, the more
Yeah.
you lose weight.
So forget Ozempic, guys. It's all about chess.
So tell me,
What's other people's joys been? That's what I want to know.
oh, well, I had a bit. Well, I think my most joyful thing was filming with you, Anna, this week because
Aw.
we so the Potluck Club. Have you Cape Town? Cape Town, so relevant. There's the Potluck Club, which is like a legendary restaurant in
Oh.
Cape Town, and they have flown over right now to do a pop up at the Waldorf Hilton with all their dishes and amazing sort of like Cape
Need to
Town.
go.
And they have partnered with Journey's End wines, which are superb. Do you know Journey's End wines at
I
all?
think so.
I think
Yes.
you really like them. They've got some like really they're beautifully made wines. They do quite a price range, but the premium wines are banging.
Are they the ones where they've got like a wax seal?
No, I
No.
don't think they have. Well, maybe some of them do, but no, I don't think they do have a wax
Okay.
seal. But there's one called the Griffin, which is a Syrah, and it's just mind blowing. It's one of the best wines I've had recently. It was
Really?
phenomenal. They've got a great Destination Chardonnay, and it's called Destination because when you're going down South Africa, it's the last vineyard before you hit the sea and then Antarctica. So it's like the final destination for wine.
Oh.
Is their vineyard, Destination Chardonnay.
Ah.
So, but they've partnered up. So they've got amazing South African wines and this Potluck Club food. I'm salivating. That was me.
No.
So, it was great. And they asked myself and Anna in to try with the chef some of the dishes and the wines ahead of it
Oh.
happening. So it's running till June, and they were doing this this night with the winemaker flying over and doing a pairing, and we were trying that, and that brought me joy.
That
Eating
did.
beef fillet and a punchy red at 9:30 a.m.
It
when we were
was
filming
early.
brought me joy.
And she managed to fit a whole fish taco in her mouth at
I did.
once.
Well, I believe what people say. I have almost no bullshitometer.
Right.
I give no bullshit and I receive no bullshit.
Right.
So, but I actually receive quite a lot of bullshit, but I don't know that I have. And so when someone says something, I take it as truth. So the chef said, they served this like massive taco, and they said, "Oh, it's you eat that in one." And obviously, as it turns out, that was a joke. But in front for the camera, which is a really beautiful image, I sort of started and I was like, "Oh, I can't really get it in, but I will." and I sort of like a sign from me, and I shoved the whole thing into my mouth.
They're like,
And then
that's
I
the
got-
shot. We've got
And I
it.
got
Thank you.
an applause and a well done. Apparently, I was not meant to actually do that, but that was.
Was
that
the
pretty
food
fun.
amazing?
Oh, it
Amazing.
was delicious.
How'd it
Amazing
go?
food, right? You should like before it. I think it's there till June, so you've got some time. But it's
Up and
it's
down.
at the Potluck Club. Very nice. What about you, Anna? What's brought you joy this week?
Oh God, I'd say the same thing. To be fair, it's a bit boring, isn't it?
Oh,
But it was
no.
spending time with you.
How do you two know each other then?
Oh God, this is a story that
This is a story. We
everyone
may have said this one before, but we'll say it again. So we were both at the Groucho Club, both long-term members of the Groucho.
Love it. I'm
And it
always,
was
I host a night there.
keeps you.
night.
I host a comedy night every month.
Well, we'll
Oh,
have to
we'll
come
have to
down.
You'll have to
Don't,
come.
you don't
Yeah.
And we've
heckle
got,
us.
talking of Judy Love, we've got this month.
Oh,
really?
amazing!
Yeah,
Well,
come.
we've been
we're-
members for years and years. But essentially, I punched Anna's date. That's how we met. So basically, a chap, I won't call him a gentleman. A chap grabbed my ass, and I turned around and punched him.
Good.
And this beautiful, tall, willowy blonde lady turned around and went, "Excuse me, did you just punch my date?" And I went, "Yeah," and thinking, "All right, let's have it." And she went, "Why?" And I went, "Because you just grabbed my ass." She went, "Oh, fine." And we just became friends, and the guy is no
we
more.
lost him and we
that's how
stayed together.
Oh
and we
my
stayed
God,
best friends.
that's
So
great.
It's a great meet
it's
cute.
a real
Did you end the date there and then? Or?
I think so. I think I just went off with her.
Yeah, we just had a drinks the rest of the night and had a great time and stayed friends.
I do love the Groucho because, oh God, this is so different members clubs, but like Soho House, I'm a member of as well, and people don't really chat to each other there. Whereas in
Yes.
Groucho, you do. I mean, yeah, maybe you do punch people. No, but basically, like you do
Defensive.
make. Yeah, well, he deserved it. He
Yeah,
grabbed your ass. It's disgusting. But no, what I mean is, you do make friends. Like it's quite a.
You go by yourself and you end up with a
Yeah.
whole group of people. And I think that is almost a lost art in modern day when everyone's on screens and you're,
Yeah.
and I do too, you're traveling and you're on your phone, you've got your headphones in, listening to your music or your podcast, you're just listening to the end table, you can't take it off. And you're doing all of that. And then actually when you're in the Groucho and your phone's down, you sit next to someone at the bar, you're
You have a
chatting,
chat.
everyone, it's lovely.
And you
It's
can meet people
lovely.
from all walks of life. It's very
Yeah.
interesting, all ages, all
Yeah.
faces.
Fascinating people
I
there.
love it.
No, I think actually that's where I know London has a huge amount of members clubs, maybe a bit too many because we love it as Brits to like keep other people out and have something exclusively for us. But I do think there is a wonderful safety in that and coming where you know that everyone's up for a laugh, everyone's in the creative arts or everyone's
And also, you're going to get a nice drink, and you don't have to like
queue and wait for
That's-
ages.
that's
run
true.
for the tables. But yeah, it's not the most
Queuing might go in my room 86.
queuing. Do you not
Queuing.
like queuing?
If I want a drink, I want someone to be nice to me. I want a seat and I want the drink to be brought
Yeah,
to me.
yeah.
I don't.
A bit of table
when I was
service.
18, maybe you're sort of like there jostling at the bar and waiting half an hour and trying to get the guy's attention. But no, I'm old and mature and I want to sit down.
Tell you what, do you know what annoys me?
Go.
When you've when you've asked for the bill and they take ages to bring it. I'm like, what? Surely you want me out?
Yeah, or they bring it,
Surely you're like, I want
I
this
want
guy
me out. You
out.
want me out.
or they bring it and then they don't have the card machine. So
Yeah,
you're then
it's-
waiting the extra time for them to go away.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
right
like,
here. Like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm with you. On that. So you've got exciting stuff coming up. Tell us
Yes.
what's this year got for you.
well, we're doing more bottoms up. So we've just extended that, so that's exciting. So they drop new episodes drop every Wednesday. What else have I got coming up? I just filmed a load of bits and bobs for ITV, actually doing more quizzy type things, because when you were saying that, I used to do those live comp hits on This Morning. So when they go to like It was so funny because Andy Peters gets the bloody Maldives.
Oh,
You know, Maldives, Seychelles, you know, Cape Town. They're like, Lee, will you go to Warwick Castle? I'm like, yes. And because I did live, I did those live things. They were terrifying because like you're live.
yeah.
And it's like, and also, I was doing this thing, it was over Christmas, and they sent me over to do these Warwick Castle, Christmas at the Castle. And I got sent this risk assessment, which said, just to confirm, we have done the risk assessment, and Lee is comfortable on the ice and will remain a safe distance from the horse. I'm like, sorry, what? I was like, so I got there. I'm on live TV. They put ice skates on me. There's everyone just going like this. I'm having to remember the jackpot money. It's terrifying. Well, Andy Peters is in the bloody Maldives, loving life.
With his cocktail on
Yeah.
the beach.
Yeah.
She with the horse.
Is that the maddest thing you've had to do?
Well, I actually, funnily enough, I did a job in the Maldives a few years ago, actually. I got booked to do a stand-up gig, but it wasn't even really stand-up. It was like just hosting, bringing people on. And basically I had to say, make some noise here, such and such. And I was there for 2.5 weeks, and I did 4 shows, I think,
That's the job.
at the Waldorf Astoria.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Waldorf's everywhere.
Yeah.
Waldorf should be sponsoring this episode. But we're very lucky it's Caravan. Oh, my gosh, amazing. Okay, so more of that in the future for you.
More of that, yeah. So then doing that, and then just gigging. Yeah, so I've got a residency. I'm always in Brighton, so I've got a residency at Comedia and then Soho House, and I'm just starting. This is quite exciting.
Ooh.
I'm hosting in at Comedia mystery musicals brunch.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, will you be singing? Please say you'll be singing. You
Oh,
haven't
I'm
sung
sure
once
I'll be.
yet.
I'm not like, the thing is, I can sing a little bit, but I'm not a singer. I always get like nervous because I know proper singers. I'm like,
So
I
how
can
can we book
sing.
the brunch?
Yeah.
oh God, go on Comedia's website. But yeah, so it's, you don't know what it is, so you get clues, so you kind of do.
Yeah.
But they're not allowed, I don't think, to say what it is until it's some sort of thing. And then they'll come. It's like a bottomless brunch, and they'll watch clips. It's a sing along, and they have the rights for the clips.
Oh my gosh.
So I can't say what the first one is, but what I will say is, you are the one that I want.
Oh, I love it, love it. Have you actually listened to
Is
the
my hair
lyrics?
looking a bit greasy?
But have you listened to the lyrics? Some of those lyrics. So my uncle made us sing this on Christmas Eve. We all had to dress up on Christmas Eve in fancy dress and sing it. And the lines are scandal. My boyfriend had to say in front of my whole family, "We're going to get a loaded tit." And then my dad sang, "It's a real pussy wagon." It's the festive joy,
real
guys. It's the
pussy
festive joy in
wagon.
my family.
Grease
But it's
lightning.
like a
Oh,
real.
yeah, pussy wagon. It does say that, doesn't
It was
it?
Yeah.
racy back in the day.
It was
It's
very
racy
racy.
now.
It's right, just right for brunch.
Well, I can't remember who used to do material on this. It was maybe Susie Ruffle or someone, but she used to always say that film, like Grease, is basically like, the message of that is slag yourself up a bit,
Yeah.
slut yourself up, and you'll get the man.
Yeah.
Because she starts off so lovely, and then
Yeah.
she just becomes this.
Is that?
It's
and we all
not
watched
the
it when we were
greatest
like 8 or
message.
9.
I
Like,
know.
what?
Yeah.
All wanting to be
sure.
Sandy often.
So where can people find more about you, Lee?
Yes.
Well, I think Instagram. I think that's become. Don't you think Instagram now has become a bit of a kind of CV for a lot of people?
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Instagram, website, all over Google. I'm rife.
Brilliant.
You're
You're
right.
right. Well, we'll be looking at you at the Groucho. We're going to find you at the brunch.
Yeah.
We'll
God.
be tracking you down all over the
Please
place.
do.
I'm going to very quickly say another thank you to our sponsors at Caravan, and also to say that code for people waiting for their 20% off code is ART, A-R-T, all capitals. Put that into their website and you'll get 20% off all of the amazing products that they have.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to get myself a sparkling one
The sparkling one's
Oh.
so good.
because I'm like,
It's
this
so
is
easy.
good.
It
Yeah,
is.
brilliant.
So easy.
Brilliant.
All right, guys.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Well,
I've
thank you so
finished.
much.
Cheers
You
to
finished. Well,
that.
you have
Bottoms
pour
up.
yourselves some more. Bottoms up.
Bottom-
Cheers.
Thank
Cheers.
you. Thanks for having me.
Oh.